Hello, 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 Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia, guys, and this is Transurfing TV. And today on Transurfing TV, we're continuing our manifestation versus materialization. Oh boy, I'm in a goofy mood today. I'm feeling really good lately. I mean, like really good. I'm definitely on the wave of success. So I guess it's a good time for me to be letting this energy out in your direction. Maybe you can catch a little bit of it. But this is our materialization versus manifestation series and running through all the reality transurfing concepts in line with materializing what it is you want, how to use these concepts specifically to get what it is you want. Now, here's the cool thing about reality transurfing, and this is going to kind of be in line with today's lesson as well, is all that stuff that we typically want as human beings, money and a really good romantic relationship and material gains, all that stuff, you can absolutely get those things using reality transurfing. I for sure have. I have everything that I want. Material, the different elements of my reality, money in the bank, all that kind of stuff. But reality transurfing has provided for me something so much better than that. This is a feeling that I wake up with every morning that like, I'm alive. I'm alive and I have options and I'm free and I've got the creator spark and all this stuff that I have, right? The cars and the jewelry and the money in the bank and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really, really nice, but it isn't nearly as valuable to me as the things that I just mentioned. So the alternatives flow. This is absolutely a concept in the transurfing modality that allows someone to understand and see how letting go of those things that you think that you want oftentimes will send you into a flow, right? Into a movement with your reality where you can access even more and even better versions of what it was that you actually wanted if you can release into this, and even better stuff that really isn't even in line with material gains. That being said, you can use this stuff for material gains. So I'm going to break this down for you in kind of a different way than the linear life tracks stacked upon each other as I have used as my example in the previous lessons. And if you've missed any of those previous lessons, go back and check them out and get up to speed with where we are now. We still have another, 5 or 6 lessons. So go watch those, come back, watch this one, and then watch the ones to come. Before I get started on this, remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications, and comment. Follow us on Instagram, reality_transurfing. Join the Facebook group, International Transurfing Institute Facebook group, and the courses Reality 2.0 and Tufty 2.0 down below. Check them out. Okay, so the alternatives flow. The alternatives flow is you letting go. It's you letting go of not only your static perception of reality, but it's also you letting go of control and letting go of certain things that you are either holding on to for whatever reasons. I'll get into that more in a moment. Always has to do with importance levels. So things that you're holding on to that for whatever reason you continue to hold on to them. This could be your profession. This could be a relationship that's no longer serving you. This could be a place that you live. This also could be something that you want, that you've loaded up with a lot of importance and excess potential, like you want $1 million, right? So maybe you want $1 million and you're an entrepreneur, and every single day you hustle and you grind, trying to like grind out that $1 million. The alternatives flow is you stopping with that grind, stopping with that intense desire to want to have that $1 million, and letting yourself go into reality in a much more relaxed manner where your environment can actually present to you the ways where you can get what it was you were holding on to so much. And I will absolutely provide a visual here that will really explain it easily. But your reality will offer to you in easier ways that which you previously let go of. So how I like to see it is this. And again, this visual representation for me is like, this is drilled into my head. This is a visual that I consider a lot of times throughout my day, because I know that when I'm doing this, there's an easier modus operandi. And it's like almost like a red buzzer goes off. Renee, you're doing it. You're doing it. And then I can let go, let myself into the alternatives flow, and access it more easily. So the illustration is this. I'm in a river, right? I'm in a river and there's a current. And in this current, there are different variations of reality that I can access, and different gains and different opportunities. So what happens is sometimes, and we all do this, there are like these rocks in the river, right? These signify the different opportunities, variations, versions of reality, all that kind of stuff. So what happens is we clutch onto one specific rock, okay? We clutch onto one specific rock and we hold on for dear life, and we think that this is all there is. We're like, this is what we want, this is what I want, this is what you want, right? And you don't want to let go of it. The $1 million, the relationship that's not working, the profession that's no longer working for you, where you live, the dynamics of your reality, maybe your family life, whatever it is. Now, don't get me wrong here. I take this stuff seriously. Don't just do what I'm about to say without really thinking it through in a responsible kind of way, because I've actually seen people do this, and you can't just let yourself let go of the rock, right? Let go of whatever it is you're holding on to without first setting the vector of your new flow, right? This is a very, very important or valuable aspect of this exercise. So you're holding on to this thing. I'm holding on to this thing. It can be anything where there's too much inner intention, too much importance, too much excess potential, too much will, too much ego, too much striving, hustling, grinding, all that kind of stuff. So what happens is when you do this is you limit yourself from all the different variations that you have access to, that the alternatives flow will take you towards, okay? So you don't even see that there are these other things in your reality that you have access to, because you're solely focused on this. And this clutching sort of idea is you focusing intently on gaining that thing, accessing that thing, achieving that thing, and you're so focused that you can't see anything else. Now, there's a difference between focusing in an unhealthy way, importance, excess potential, all that kind of stuff, and then focusing in the reality transurfing way, closing off all the other valves so your steam engine can run at full force, right? This is what Vadim Zeland says. So there's focusing in an unhealthy way. I want the $1 million. I want this specific person. I want this thing to work out. I hate my job, but I'm going to continue just trying to make it work so hard. And then focusing in a way where it's like, this is exactly what I want. I'm setting the vector of the flow, and I will get to that in a moment. And I am going to channel all of my resources into this thing in a healthy way, setting myself on that path towards my destination or my goal. And in the meantime, and while doing that, also being open to different things coming in your reality that you can take your reality up on and not be totally bullheaded that you know the way, right? This is the alternatives flow for me. This is me resigning myself, setting the vector of the flow. This is what I want. This is my goal. Going towards that, closing off those valves, getting myself in a creative space, putting in energy, high thought quality, high action, high frequency, and then allowing my world to present to me the ways in which I can actually do more and flow with the alternatives flow in the direction of my choice. Because if it's left up to me alone, it's only a matter of time until I'm doing this again, right? And this is what a lot of people are doing. And this is exactly what the law of attraction kind of teaches us to do, and some other reality creation modalities, is to put an extreme level of importance on your subject, what it is that you intend to have, what it is you desire, and load up with, you've got to see this happen, or you aren't going to feel whatever, successful, like you are happy. You can really get yourself into a place where you just put a lot of restrictions on your layer of reality, that this thing's got to happen or else, right? So the alternatives flow helps us to control in a relaxed way and go towards our intention. This is what I want, but I'm going to let my world show me the way. This is energetically effective, efficient. It is a much more fun and really powerful way to work with your external environment, so you don't have to do all the heavy lifting yourself. You get to enjoy the things that are brought to you. Okay, so I'll give you an example. If somebody comes to me and says, "Hey Renee, I've got this great idea for some videos for you to do," instead of me saying, "Oh no, I'm doing my videos like this and this is how I'm doing them," right? That's inner intention. That's holding onto the rock. That's importance with my process. I take somebody's recommendation and I actually use that. This is me trusting that my world is bringing me exactly what I need at the right time to facilitate my progress towards that goal. So somebody comes to me and says, "Hey Renee, I've got a great idea for a new series for you to do. I've got a great idea for you to do this thing in this specific way." This is me releasing into the alternatives flow and allowing my world to present to me exactly what it is I need to manifest what it is that I want, or materialize what it is that I want. So letting go of the rock is absolutely ideal. If you're clutching onto a rock today and you're like, God, this thing just isn't working. Why isn't this working? What can I do? Let go and let your world show you some different options, variations, different versions of reality that you can tap into to head in the direction of what it is that you want. So let me know your thoughts on this video, everyone. I'm still not certain what the next lesson's going to be. It's either going to be inner and outer intention or heart and mind coordination, but tune in for that and go back and take a look at the previous lessons if you've missed them. And thank you so much for watching my video, everyone. Bye.